Well, this is exciting. This is our second Brian of the day. I think this is a record for Brian's. I'm not sure. I enjoy listening to your podcast and reading your books, articles, etc. Recently, you mentioned on the podcast that you tried CrossFit for a couple of years, but you didn't feel like you got anything out of it. Why is that? Because I didn't get anything out of it. As a discus thrower, there's a great little line in the sand called distance. And if the discus goes farther, the program is working. But in the case of CrossFit, the discus was coming back to me. Fortunately for me, I was also at the same time discovering easy strength and loaded carries. So after I did that, all of a sudden my numbers started jumping up again. And honestly, I thought it was terrible at the time, but in January 2006, I got kind of viciously attacked by the CrossFitters. And it worked out great because we were all able to abandon that and move on. And I was already starting to have all kinds of issues. The nice thing was by 2007 and 2008, I had the two best years of my Highland Games throwing career. So that's what I like about being a track and field athlete or even a swimmer, is you know if it's working because your performance improves. And if it doesn't improve, I don't want to hear the nonsense. All right? He continues, I expected you to be a fan of CrossFit after having read a lot of your material. Well, it's not, everything has its place, Brian. I mean, Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything under the sun. The knock I have on CrossFit is everybody I met in the CrossFit community, they're all gone from 2004, 5, and 6. I taught them how to Olympic lift, and later they kind of pooped on the way I did it. But it's weird because when someone's snatching 75 pounds and teaching the Olympic lifts, and then critiquing me with my 314-pound snatch for not teaching it right, I oddly have issues with that. Maybe it's my ego getting in the way. So yeah, Brian, if you want to do it, do it. I seem to get these same kind of questions all the time. Dan, what do you think of simple and sinister? Well, it's one-handed swings and heavy Turkish get-ups. Two things I don't do. So what do you think of it? So it's one-handed swings and heavy Turkish get-ups. Two things I don't recommend or do. So should I do it? Absolutely. Go ahead. I've got family members buried all over this planet for your freedom of speech and freedom to do any workout you want. So yeah, it's okay. If you have a lot of CrossFit questions, the place to go would be to go to CrossFit.